Back in April, Adam Van Koeverden put up another dominant victory in the federal election to begin his third term in government. I caught up with the Burlington North-Milton West MP yesterday afternoon to chat about his involvement with the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup and current Blue Jays fandom. But first, we spoke about his new position and responsibilities as Secretary of State for Sport.
I've had a lifelong career in and around sport, so this is a great role. And Prime Minister Carney has trusted me with some pretty hefty responsibilities as we gear up to host FIFA next year, but also to make sure that we're building a sport system that works for every single Canadian. It's a great time in Canadian sport, obviously, with the Blue Jays. I need not say that I'm a Blue Jays fan and have been since I was 10 years old when they won their first World Series. But it's just a great time to celebrate Canadian sport because it's not just about the Blue Jays, certainly. When we look back over the sport calendar, we only have to go to last week when Josh Leando set a world record in the pool, this home pool in Scarborough in the 100-meter butterfly. Absolutely extraordinary achievement. Victoria Mboko from Burlington winning the NB Open in women's tennis this summer. Our incredible women's rugby team winning a silver medal at the World Cup and taking on what is an extraordinarily professional and accomplished women's rugby side from England. But the list goes on.
Well, I mean, we got to start with the here and the now when we're chatting today. You are decked out in Blue Jays gear. So I want you to debunk some rumors for me. True or false, you attended the Blue Jays game on Saturday night while dressed as Colonel Sanders and hung out with Georges St. Pierre.
Okay, it's half right. I did not dress up with Colonel Sanders, and I wasn't with GSP and certainly not with Sam McDaddy, but those guys are great Canadians and huge supporters of Canadian sport. I was indeed there. I had general admission tickets. So, I stood in the concourse and watched the game, and it was a really cool environment. I hadn't experienced a Blue Jays game since the Skydome renovation, and yes, I call it the Skydome unapologetically.
Yeah, so I mean, baseball at a time has been called boring. It's been called the thing of the past. But I mean, I'm watching these games, and it sure seems exciting to young and old. It's the hottest sports property right now in Canada for all ages at this point.
Yeah, certainly. Look, baseball is an exciting sport. The recent changes to how the game works with the pitching clock and a couple of other small changes, it's sped up the game a little bit. It's just made it a little bit more exciting. And they do an awesome job in the stadium, just making it very interactive. I'll say that it's no Savannah Bananas just yet. My favorite sort of joke sport franchise. I don't know if anybody's ever watched a Savannah Bananas game, or at least just an Instagram reel. It's worth it. The Savannah Bananas are really reinventing the game of baseball. But we're talking about serious MLB here.
Wait a minute. Before you move off the Savannah Bananas, you are the Secretary of Sport. Can you get the Savannah Bananas up here in Canada?
I'll do my best, Jason.
Okay, this is important. Yeah. I'm very familiar with
Top
them.
Priority.
It's very important.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move along. I mean, baseball is great, but let's move along to something that's happening this upcoming summer, and that is FIFA's coming to town. You've been named the Sherpa, the headlines are reading, of the 2026 World Cup. Now, as of this past weekend, we've already got the Gardner back up and running, 3 lanes. That's fantastic. Players are going to be able to get to their games on time. But what is your involvement with the World Cup?
So as you said, Prime Minister Mark Carney asked me to perform the duties of Sherpa, which is a diplomatic term used a lot in G7 and G20, contexts. So it's a little bit similar. There's a lot of diplomacy to be done at FIFA, but I'm not just in charge of the diplomacy aspect. I'm also working on all of the immigration, all of the security, really supporting FIFA Canada in both Toronto and Vancouver in all of their operations. The government of Canada has contributed $220 million to support the operations, which is a very, very good investment because it pays off, right? When we host things like this, we get billions added to our GDP, we get jobs created, we get awesome positive economic output from all sectors across the board. These are the types of events that Canada is famous for hosting. Certainly, we've never done anything on this scale before because the FIFA Men's World Cup is going to be the largest tournament of all time. It'll make hosting the Olympics look medium. And it's going to be an extraordinary time for sports fans, for soccer fans, certainly. But I think that Canada is already the best place to watch the FIFA World Cup, men's or women's, just because of how international Canada is. And there's a diaspora community from every country in cities like Toronto and Montreal and Vancouver. So it's going to be a really, really extraordinary time.